Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam. So today's video is just gonna be me sitting in my room talking while decorating a cake. I hope you enjoy. So the other day I was on Pinterest, as I always am, and I saw that there's some really cute cakes, and I don't really eat sweets that often. I don't really have a sweet tooth, but I just like really wanted to decorate a cake. So that is what I've decided to do. Believe it or not, the story is like so much more complicated because I originally was planning on doing this video like right when it turned midnight on New Year's Eve, so like New Year's Day. I was making the cake and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, it is not going to be like cooled down enough to frost it, so I'll just do it tomorrow. And then the first came, and then my power went out, and I was like, that's fine, no worries, I'll just film the video on the second, I'll just relax today. Other than like the power just like didn't come back on until last night at like 8. So yeah, that was weird. I don't know why that happened, but that happened, and it's a bad omen to start 2021 with. I also mentioned I don't really know what I'm doing, so these are probably gonna stick to the bottom of the pan, and that would be bad. So we'll see. Before we get started into decorating the cake and trying to take it out of the things, watch this fun little aesthetic clip of me making it on New Year's Eve. I hope you guys enjoyed that food porn. I was really putting my media degree to use. The media degree I don't have yet. I don't know how people do this. I think they usually use parchment paper. I just used a lot of cooking spray, and I thought that would work. There's no reason why that worked. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put it back in this, and then I'm gonna put the other one out, and then we'll see how this goes. This is not gonna be a very high up cake. Oh no. So let's talk about actually exciting stuff instead of me just decorating a cake. The cake decorating part is purely for fun and because I wanted something to do. It's not actually useful, mostly because it is going to turn out bad. No offense to myself, but like I'm just not good at things like this. So we'll see. 2020 is over. I am pretty thankful for that, not gonna lie. With that being said, I actually kind of had a good 2020, and I hate to say that because it was like a bad year for a lot of people, and I don't just mean like a bad year, I mean like a horrific year. This will be the bottom layer. It's fine. We'll fill it in with chocolate and pretend like it was meant to be like this. Did I lose a whole chunk of cake? Sure, I did. Am I gonna try and just stuff it back in there? Yep. Yep, I am. To be fair, the fact that it came out at all is amazing to me. Anyway, 2020 sucked, but was also really not that bad for me. I met a lot of my friends, and I met a lot of awesome people, and it was just like a good year, and I hate that it was, because like it feels shitty that I had a good year and people had like awful years. I don't know, like it just like feels weird. I did do a thing last year where I manifested things. Now granted, I want to be careful while talking about this because part of me does kind of believe, like no offense if this is your thing, but like I kind of believe it's a little bit pseudoscience-y. And I also believe it, like, I don't know, you could be like a bad person and get good things, and you can be a good person and get bad things. Like, things happen that way, and a lot of things are up to chance. With that being said, the things I manifested, a lot of them were things that like were in my control and I was able to do. And I'm not gonna lie, it worked. Like it 100% worked. And now I have like multiple inside jokes with people who don't even know each other about how I can manifest things. And it's kind of wild to me. How the hell do I think I'm gonna be able to frost this whole cake? I have no idea. We'll see. So I wrote down a list in the beginning of January of things that I wanted to come true, and literally all of them happened except for one. The only one that didn't come true is I was like, I want 50,000 subscribers, but if you guys haven't been able to tell, I haven't exactly been uploading that much this year, so that goal was sort of like 100% my fault for not accomplishing. So my bad. I also don't really love goals that aren't in your control like that. Like, I have a similar resolution, which I'll get into later, but it's not based on other people's actions, it's based solely on mine, which I think is a smart idea. Other random things I manifested. I wish I had the list with me. I hate that I don't. I manifested like making more friends, which I did do. I manifested getting good grades, which I did do second semester. What else? Oh, this one's a weird one. I manifested joining a sorority, and I was like pretty cool with that not happening, because like if you guys don't know, I did like sorority recruitment. It was fun, and I definitely don't regret doing it because I met a lot of really cool people through doing that. But on my list, because like I made that in January, I rushed in January, so it was like on my mind. I was like, join a sorority. Baby. So I was on TikTok one day scrolling, and this was in December, so like this was like a month ago probably, and I was just scrolling through and I saw a TikTok from this girl being like, I made a fake sorority on Instagram, join it, and then we'll all follow each other and like hype each other up like sorority girls do. And let me just say, that is what I missed the most about not joining a sorority. Those comments, those likes, I need that in my life, the serotonin that would give me. But I obviously didn't do that, so I was like, if that's what I miss out on, that's what I miss out on. But then I joined this fake sorority, and oh my god, all my comments, I got like 40 comments from my new sisters. I got so many likes, so many new followers. Again, so much serotonin from it. But then the whole thing turned into like the Stanford prison experiment, and I know that sounds dramatic. It definitely is dramatic. But the weird amount of like power dynamics and like this whole thing turned so weird, like bizarre, absolutely bizarre. I could like make a whole video talking about it if you guys want, because it was insane what happened. Like, I have no idea, but even that manifestation, which like didn't come true on my own accord, I guess, still happened. I'm amazed. There were even ones that were like, they made sense in the moment of me writing them down, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll do that. I manifested one for like my grandma to be healthy, right? Because I don't know, I want good health for my family members. Then my grandma got COVID, and I was like, fuck, that's not good. But then she's like even better after getting COVID. Like, by the way, that's not, do not get that mistaken for go and get COVID. Don't. Especially don't do it if you're elderly. But like, pop off granny, love to see it. But yeah, that was wild, and it made more sense at the end of the year too. Like, it was so weird how everything just like happened. I was like, I don't know, it's so bizarre. And there have been so many instances where I've said something and it's like come true. So I don't know, I would just say like set obtainable goals. Like, I think that's the thing that a lot of people forget when manifesting. They're like, oh, I want this, I want that, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get that. But like, could you do it? Ooh, 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 ooh. She's sideways. Ooh, wow. It's fine. Vibes, guys, vibes. Anyway, what I was saying about manifesting is I feel like you have to have like some logic behind it, or else it's just like a hopeful thought. And while those are good and they can happen, it just like isn't a good way of achieving your goals. My dog is outside my door. He literally can't have any of this. Anyway. But like, if you're planning on manifesting this year, which I think it's fun and I think it's like really good to do, make it achievable in like a regular sense. Like, you have to be able to actually do it. Because if you do things that are out of your control, I just think it's like not worth like putting as a goal, because how is a goal something that you can't even do? In general, also I'd suggest like being a little bit more positive. I've been significantly more positive this year, which is weird again, but like I think it's just because, I don't know, it's been such an odd year that it's like, fuck it, we ball, you know? I think it's just like one of those things to where it's like either, I don't know, I can't even talk today, my mind. So the things that I'm gonna manifest for this year, I want to upload 52 videos this year, which I know is a weird goal, but listen, throughout all of YouTube, I've been doing school, and that's great, and I'm happy that I've had like other things to do other than this, and I don't necessarily want this as a career. Like, I like doing it, but like, I'm graduating from college in a year and a half, and so I don't necessarily see myself doing this forever. Like, I'm getting a degree for a reason, you know? I'm definitely not against it if it happens, but like, that's just not what I'm like aiming for right now. Like, I'm getting an internship and stuff this summer. Like, that's my plan right now, to like work and stuff. With that being said, I really do want to still do YouTube, and I want to continue doing it. And I've never been good about being like consistent, because I've never felt the need to, since I don't see it as a job and I purely see it as a hobby. I only do it when I really, really want to. And I want to keep that, but like, I also want to encourage myself to film when I have time to do it. Like, I don't want to be so laissez-faire about it, you know? Laissez-faire? Whatever. My point is I'm going to upload more, and that's my goal for this year. I can't control the amount of subscribers I have. I can't control the amount of views I get, but I can control how often I upload, and that is a good resolution in my opinion. I think the more you can control something, the better a resolution is. And I also think that like not hating where you're starting is also really important too. I want to be better about like what I eat and like working out more, but I don't hate my body, and I want to start at a point where I don't hate my body. Like, I think that's just not something that is productive. Do you hear my dog crying? Shut up, George. I don't think it's productive to like hate where you're starting, because like, you're not gonna want to do something that like you hate. Like, that's not fair. So if your goal is to like lose weight or to like get a butt or whatever, just like don't hate where you're starting. Like, be content with where you are and then want to improve it. That doesn't mean you should hate yourself along the way. That sucks. And then at the point where you finally get to your goal, you could still hate yourself. Like, and I don't mean that in a sense to where it's like, you know, it might not even look that good. I more mean, if you're not changing your mindset, like, it could still exist. So change it first, that way you know once you get to your goal, you'll be even more satisfied with yourself, you know? I don't know. Some deep thoughts with Sam. I can't believe this is working out the way it is. I really thought this would have a 0% success rate. And while it is kind of like not the best looking cake in the world, it's getting there. I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful to me. Life updates. So I just got done with my first semester of junior year, which is insane to me. I remember crying in my shower freshman year, and now all of a sudden I'm a junior. Life is weird, but I can't believe like college is almost done. Obviously this semester's been super boring kind of, because we can't go out to bars and stuff, and like, I don't know. With that being said, it's kind of been nice to just like hang out with my friends in like really small settings and stuff, and like just drink a little and like chill and play like drinking games and like, I don't know, just like really kind of chill stuff, because it kind of forces you to get to know people better. And a lot of my friendships I made this year, so like that's really good to do, to like get to know people better in that way. Also, I don't love IU, but they kind of did do a good job of like keeping COVID really not bad on campus. I was getting tested every single week when I was at school, which was insane. A lot of people hated it. I liked it because I liked knowing I didn't have COVID. I still haven't gotten it. I don't plan on getting it either, because I kind of hate being sick. I just can't wait to like go out and be able to do things again, which is crazy because I think we're like right about to be there. Like, in a couple of months, we could be able to go out and have fun again. And I'm so excited. Speaking of fun, we are going to put sprinkles on this. I told my dad to get a lot of sprinkles when he went to the store, and he really did deliver. I kind of thought he was gonna get like a jar of sprinkles, and I was gonna be like, that wasn't really a lot of sprinkles, but I didn't specify how many I wanted, but he knew exactly what I wanted, and for that, I thank him. I'm gonna go grab paper towels first, because we just know what's gonna happen, so I'll be right back. I'm also currently taking a class right now, which I kind of regret doing, but whatever. It's just 3 credits, so it's not that bad. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit. Not sure why I did that right before I put sprinkles on it, but you know, I'm gonna put a ridiculous amount of sprinkles on this so it's inedible. So right now I'm taking a class online, which is how all of my classes are. But it's not that bad. It's kind of like a math slash like statistics slash like data analysis class, which it's just really a class I don't want to be taking. I'm like, I'm good, thank you so much, I appreciate the offer, but I'm so good. And then they were like, no, you have to. And I'm like, cool. All of my classes next semester are online, so that's super duper. Basically all of my classes were online this semester. Like I had one in-person class and it didn't meet every single class, what the fuck is it called in college? Class day? Huh, interesting. Didn't meet every single day that it was like supposed to. We like sometimes had Zoom class, but still it was nice to have an excuse to go onto campus. Although I did have some weird experiences in that class, not in the class itself, but like being on campus alone. Like someone did threaten to blow up a building I was in. My camera died right as I said the most exciting thing. But that was it. That was the story, and I like had to report it to like the front office lady in that building. And then she's like, should I press the button? And I was like, I didn't even know there was a button, so like do whatever you need to do. And then I just had to go to class, and it was very odd. It was a super weird day. There's like a little bit more to it, but like it was a weird day. I think that's the thing about college. So much happens in any given day that you're like, what? That would never happen at home. And like honestly that happened back in like, I don't know, October or something. And it was super weird then. And I was like, odd. And then I kind of forgot about it until like a week ago. And I was like, that was weird. Nothing happens at home. So, you know. The class that I was taking, that I was like going to, required me to write so many 15-page papers. Every other week I had a paper due, and so I would have the rough draft due Thursday, and then the next Thursday I'd have the final draft due. And that was really a rough class. It was super interesting, like we wrote about interesting topics, and the professor was super nice. It was just like that, obviously that's a lot of work, but now I don't have to do that. All of my classes though are online next semester, which sucks. We also don't get a spring break, which I'm aware why, but purely for the mental health of students, man, just like give us a week off and like we'll just stay in Bloomington and chill. But I don't know, I guess not. Next semester though, like this upcoming one, it's so weird because I can't move back into my apartment until February something. It's the very beginning of February, so it's not that crazy, but like my classes start before then, and it's so weird. Like I'm literally not allowed in it unless I wanted to pay $900. Now keep in mind, the rates are like the same to be in this apartment this whole entire time. Like, so I'm technically paying for the months of December and January despite not being allowed there. But if I were to pay an extra $900, I would be allowed to be there. And if you're sitting there like, why? I literally wish I could tell you, because if it was to fight COVID, I just simply think that we wouldn't be allowed there. I think it was just a way to get money, which obviously doesn't surprise me, but still disappointing. Left my school. Anyway, so that sucked. I also am becoming another year older, unfortunately, like, which good, I guess. I more mean the fact that like I'm aging is weird to me, and disturbing. Sorry if the camera location moved. My SD card filled up because I haven't done this in a while, so now I just like don't know what I'm doing. Don't know how to do the sides of the cake, and the sides of the cake are really important to me to do, so we're gonna try it, but we're not gonna try and mess up. The execution is really not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not as terrible as it could be. What is happening? Okay, this is not so bad. It's turning out pretty bad, but it's not as bad as it could be. This is a mess. If my parents walked in here right now, they would not believe that their daughter is 21. Oh yeah, can we just talk about what a terrible year it is to be 21? That's sad. It's sad, and I agree, it is sad. I know from experience. My brain is all over the place, so if I keep just like talking about things and you're like, where did that come from? I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I feel like my attitude has become very carefree lately, which is kind of nice, because I used to like worry about a lot of things and like not be so carefree and be like, no, I have to do it this way. And like, I overhype things a lot in my head to be like, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best experience ever, and like it's gonna be so exciting and I'm gonna love it. And then it's obviously not that, because like it's life and life happens, you know? And then I get sad and like I'm disappointed that things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. And let me just say, that sucks. Like, that is not a fair way to live. Like, it's mean to yourself. So please stop doing that if that's something you're doing, because like I promise you, it's not worth it. There's a couple places that need sprinkles, so we're gonna fill those in now. I think some would argue that nowhere else on this cake needs sprinkles, but there are a few gaps, okay? So I can't wait to get pretty B-roll of this cake that you guys know is actually really poorly constructed. See, Instagram's a lie, guys. I think I'm gonna try and start using Instagram more though. As much as I'm like sitting here being like, it's bullshit, it's fun. And I think it can be like a really good place if you're not like comparing yourself to others, because like, don't do that. Like, you're not them. Why would you compare yourself to them? Like, that doesn't make sense. And I need to tell myself that too. Like, I don't know. Why are you comparing yourself to someone else? Like, you wouldn't compare like someone else to you, if that makes sense, right? Like, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, I actually have a better butt than that girl. Okay, that came out of left field. Why? Like, why are you saying that? Like, she just posted something on Instagram. Like, you don't need to get so competitive with it. And I guess maybe people do that. If you do that, don't do that. But, like, I don't know. People aren't judging you as much as you think they are, maybe. Should I do a video on confidence? My brain today, it's everywhere. I wish I could focus. I just can't. I think it's because I don't have enough things to do right now, so I'm like... I literally just realized, oh my god, I have a quiz due tonight. I have a test on Friday too, by the way. That would be alarming to me if I had a quiz due tonight though. That doesn't sound like something I should have. Do I really have a quiz due tonight? Okay. Anyway, that's gross. Now I have to worry about doing that and reading chapters for a stupid class. Ew. Yay, classes. Next semester though, I'm pretty excited about my classes. I'm taking ASL, which I wasn't able to get into this semester. I'm on my 3rd level of it, so that's cool, but I couldn't take it this semester. I would be on my 4th level of it if I could have, and then I would have gotten into it. It's just a really competitive class at IU, so like, you really have to be able to get into it. I was number 1 on the wait list too, and I wasn't able to get into it. So that was like, I literally thought I was going to be able to, and then it just didn't work. Also, when I signed up for like this ASL that I'm currently taking, I thought it was a different professor, because it actually was, and then they switched the professor, and I really liked that professor. So now I'm like, oh, that's fine, I guess. Taking ASL though, I don't know if you guys have done it over Zoom, horrible. Not gonna lie, like, it's just such an in-person kind of class, and while I definitely like want my teachers to be safe, like, I don't think a professor should have to like die just to teach us ASL in person. I think that's like fair, but I also think it's such a hard class to learn online. Like, oh my god, it's rough. With that being said though, I do like being in my pajamas, and I'm not gonna miss the walk to class this upcoming semester. Like, there's nothing to miss about that walk, you know? I'm just like thinking about where I was at this point last year, and I'm like such a different person, and like I'm a better person now. And like, I like to be able to say that. That makes me happy. I'm just like good, and that's weird. Although there were like shitty parts, of course, of 2020. More for others than myself, but like my dog did die, so that was horrible. I remember literally sitting on the bathroom crying with my sister and being like, it can't get worse. And I said that the last week of February, so think about that. It did immediately, right after that. It got so much worse. So that was weird. That was so weird. I don't know. Sorry, I know I'm like all over the place, but I just thought of a tip for manifesting. don't get mad that something didn't work out like immediately. There were a lot of things that like I wanted to work out in certain ways that just didn't, and I was like so disappointed, and I was like, oh my god, I wanted that so badly. So you're not like wrong, and you didn't like not want something enough and it like didn't happen. Like, I think that's a bad mindset to have, and I also think that's super unfair to yourself. Some things just don't work out, and then some things do, and usually it's better than what it was going to be. So, I don't know. My point is, don't feel bad if things don't work out. I hate the idea that people could feel that way or feel like they're not doing enough. Especially, like, depending on who's giving you, like, the advice. I think I've watched a couple videos on YouTube about manifesting, and sometimes they're just, like, these really pretty blonde girls who, like, do social media for a living, and they, like, are manifesting, like, these things that I'm like, girl, like, not to be mean, but, like, some people have real problems. So, like, I'm not trying to like downplay your stuff, but like they'll be like, I'm manifesting clear skin for the year, and I'm like, that's great, and I'm happy for you and enjoy that, but like, I don't know, like, it's just, and then they like go to like a dermatologist and they get like on Accutane, and then you're like, well, like, you didn't necessarily manifest it, you like quite literally actively worked toward it, and like are now taking like a prescription strength medication, you know, no longer have the issue, but I get the idea. I don't know. I'm warning you in case you're on like the manifestation grind to like not feel bad about yourself. Like, it doesn't work, because I don't know. Sometimes things just work and sometimes they don't, and both are super normal. So just go with it, man. Also, yeah, my Christmas tree is still up in my room. Time has no meaning to me anymore. The fact that it's 2021 is weird to me in and of itself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the cake I created and the sprinkles that are falling off of it. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's actually exactly what I envisioned, and I think that's crazy that I was able to do this, because I'm not talented. I know nothing about baking, so good for me, I guess. Dang. I hope you guys enjoyed this really rambly, all over the place video. It was fun to film. I just wanted to sit down and talk since I haven't been able to do that in a while. I wanted to make you guys aware of my goals, and I want to be aware of your goals too. So let me know what you guys want to do this year that's like achievable and meaningful to you. Let me know what videos you want to see, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to keep posted on my boring little life. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget to subscribe down below if you aren't. See you guys next time. See you guys too. Sorry, that was me trying to pretend to be like the cake, and it just didn't work out, and it was just weird. Bye.